Sup nerds! Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know I'm not in my reading chair, it's just like a hot mess right now, and I really wanted to film this intro. I literally just finished another video that honestly is probably gonna go up like weeks and weeks before this video, but I still wanted to intro this one because I just finished Assassin's Blade, and so I had the idea to do a Throne of Glass reading vlog, like read with me. It is going to be full spoilers. We're going to talk about all the juicy tea because there ain't no way I'm going to hold it in. There's no way. So, first, if you guys like this video, if you guys like Throne of Glass, if you guys like Sarah J. Maas, if you're like Throne of Glass fans, let me know. If you guys like reading vlogs, if you guys like dedicated reading vlogs, you know what I mean? Like to a dedicated series, definitely give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. Like I said, I just finished Assassin's Blade, so I vlogged this in a different video, so that's why you're not going to hear, I'm not going to read this with you guys, but I did want to just give my initial thoughts, because I started with Assassin's Blade. I honestly am kind of glad that I did. And not for any reason, because obviously I don't know, because I read this one first, I don't know any other way, you know, like obviously I didn't read a third, and I can never read a third. I mean, I could read a third, but like, I can never reread it for the first time as the third book, you know what I mean? So you can't ever compare the two, just because you can never reread it for the first time, if that makes sense. So, but in my opinion, the reason why I like it is because I don't like split timeline books or stories, or like From Blood and Ash did this, where the first 4 books are like all in order, you know, like everything is following the prior book, and then you get to the 5th book, and the 5th book takes place in the 1st book, and I was just like, what? Like, I wanted to know what was happening, like I was expecting it to continue, and then it did that to me, and I was so gutted. I put the book off, like I softly DNF'd it. I finished it now, but like at the time I had softly DNF'd it. I was like, I'm not reading this, you know what I mean? Because I don't particularly like that. Like when my brain is going, I want it to keep going. So I felt like this was the best way because, well, after reading it, I'm glad that I read it this way because now I can read the rest and kind of chug all the way through, if that makes sense, and not feel like I have to double back. You know what I mean? It's a mental thing, and again, I haven't finished the series, so I have no idea. I haven't started the rest of the series, so I don't know if, like, maybe, you know, there's something I'm missing. I don't know. It could be anything. I know other people have their opinions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, probably admit here that I probably will reread this series at some point. Definitely not this year, but at some point, because it's really that good so far. And I've only read the 1st book. So that's saying a lot. So diving into Assassin's Blade, first of all, I love this cover, first of all. Second of all, Sam better be alive. No, but she really said he was dead. And so that's what's really getting me going here, is because I'm like, there's no way Sarah J. Maas actually did that. I mean, there's a slight chance she did that, but like, my heart is broken, and so I feel like I won't be able to fully grieve until I finish the series, because I don't know if it's true or not, because if this was some whole plan, they could have just planned, like, given someone who kind of looked like Sam, you know, some sort of, like, they could have fabricated it, right? Right? In my head, that's what it is. So I don't know, but that's what it's giving, and that's what I'm hoping, because like Sam is the cutest thing I've ever met in my life. Cutest thing I've ever read in my life. He's just so cute, and I'm like, please don't be dead. And I would be so gutted, and like I'd be so gutted for Selena. I would be so gutted. But like, just the way the story went, I actually freaking loved it. At first I thought it was gonna be like, I was like, ugh, because the first 2 like novellas are really slow, but then when you get to the 3rd one, it like picks up like from there, and you're like, the gas is like, and it is so good. You're like just in it the whole time. I also don't know, like, I knew from the beginning, like, we needed to just kill, what's his name? Arobin. We just needed to kill him from the jump, and I knew that. I called it. I said, no, he gotta go. But like, you know, she wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I said, no, sweetie, like, he gotta go. And I also, she made me mad a little bit. I think she made me mad, what, twice? There was only a few times where I was like, ugh, this is the problem when they're kids, because they annoy me. And so it was only like once maybe twice, but it was when the guard or whatever, Arabin's guard, I forgot his name, he was going to tell her like, wait, this is all just a trap. And then she stopped him before he could say that. And then so she didn't know. And I'm like, girl, I knew. Like, you should have known. You should have not stopped him out of anger. And so I was annoyed about that. And I was like, you're a silly goose. Because now you deserved everything that got handed to you because he was trying to warn you and you done ruined it. You messed it up. So that was annoying. I really, that night when she was like up all night, like waiting for Sam, I was gutted. I was like, no, it can't be. It can't be. Like, I'm still in denial. I'm still fully in denial. So I don't know what to expect. But I gave this book 5 stars. If you guys, I don't know. I gave this 5 stars. I was like torn between like 4 or 5 stars just because I was like, it's in third person. Like, that's to me a major no. But I was like, it's so good that I can justify giving it 5 stars even though it's in third person, you know? It was fine. So, I'm actually gonna start Assassin's Blade tonight. There's no way I'm not. I mean, Throne of Glass. I was gonna try to like, you know, read one of these a month, but like, there's no way. Like, I need to start this and finish this as soon as possible because I need to know what's happening. I'm gonna physically read this, even though I listened to Assassin's Blade. I feel like the longer ones I probably will listen to, but I also kind of want to like annotate it a little bit because this one I didn't. And there were some things that I was like, dang, I should have like marked that because that was super cute. Or like I don't know, just wanted to like markable, if you will. So I think I'm gonna try to annotate this one. And I'm gonna like get ready though, like get everything ready, and then I'm gonna just read. Hello, so I haven't updated you guys in a hot minute, but I got over halfway. So I'm on page 234, chapter 31, about to start chapter 31. We got some beautiful tabs going. I'm like obsessed. And like, I know on Goodreads all the books get better and better, so like the ratings get better and better with each book, which means I'm assuming each book gets better and better, and I'm like screaming dying on the floor because I'm really liking this one a lot so far. So I'm like, oh my gosh, if it gets better, like I don't know whatever. Anyway, so so far we are basically, she gets, so for a long time I had no idea what the heck the series was actually about because nobody ever tells you. They kind of just like, oh, like Throne of Glass, it's the best. And it is hard to like say a lot without spoilers, but I don't care. This video is going to be full of spoilers because that's what it is. So this girl, this assassin, Selena, I forgot her name because they don't say it as often in this one. Selena actually, basically this book starts with Selena like at a camp, like she's like basically a slave camp, so she's slaving basically for a year, and then it starts off with the prince of whatever place going to ask her if she wants to represent him as her, like as his person. So the king is hosting this like kind of competition to get all of the so because he wants like basically an assassin to work with him to be like his right hand. And so he has this competition and wants a bunch of people to like put in a person who they want to be the assassin, like his go-to person, murderer basically. And so the prince wants Selena to be his kind of person and to put her in the competition. So this is that's where basically this book starts off. So a lot of this book is they're in the castle and they have like these trials that basically weed out like the competitors. And so it's giving like a little bit of Hunger Games, but like just because of the fact that it's like trials. But they don't like kill each other or anything. It's like competition. So it'd be like they did like archery, and like the person who like was the least accurate had to leave, got out of the competition, and like etc etc. So like it was like wall climbing, and the person who didn't make it up who made it up the wall the slowest was out of the competition, you know what I'm saying? So essentially that is a lot of what's happening here. But we get introduced to two guys who are like, I don't know, I love them both so much. So I forget, why can't I remember their name? His name is Kale. I don't know. And then the other guy is Dorian, which I feel like even if you're not a Throne of Glass lover, I feel like you know who Dorian is. If you haven't read it, you know what I mean? I feel like you've heard of Dorian, because when it hit, I was like, Dorian. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what that tells me, because I didn't know that this was, I don't know if this is love triangle-ish. I didn't know that. I don't know if it is technically, but they both are just saying really cute things, and like they both really like Selena, just not like in a weird way, but Selena really likes Dorian and hasn't really said anything about the other guy, but I really like the other guy. So I don't know. Anyway, but we have some tabs. So mostly what I tabbed was Dorian and Kale, whatever. The yellow tabs we have are like important. Oh, you can't see them really. They're like important information. There's not a lot of those. But there's one, oh my gosh, there's one purple, because that was for Selena, when she said, he asked her why she liked music, and she was like, I like music because when I hear it, I lose myself within myself, if that makes sense. I become empty and full all at once, and I can feel the whole earth rolling around me. When I play, I'm not destroying, I'm creating. And I was like, girl, that is such a good quote. So I marked that one. And then I have some tabs for like Sam, and it's not like, because you guys know he passed away. It's like not his memory, but like his influence on her, and because I love it, and it like, oh my gosh, it like breaks my heart every time, but I love it. So I mark those. Like she keeps saying, I will not be afraid, which was something Sam said. And then there's a moment where she was playing the piano, and she was kind of just like, it feels like, oh, so somewhere between the notes was Sam. And I was like, oh my God. Like how cute, you know what I mean? So it was good stuff. And anyway, I'm obsessed. I'm probably gonna read a little bit right now just because I'm in the zone, and then yes, I will keep you guys updated along the way when I'm on page 310, but not Selena. First of all, not Dorian getting her a dog, like I nearly died. That was the cutest thing ever. But also not Selena figuring out who like is about to, like figuring out who she thinks is behind all this, and instead of like going to tell someone, she goes in the freaking chamber, the little secret passageway by herself. It's giving, what's wrong with you? Honestly, I had a suspicion. Of who it was. The question is, do we trust the princess little girl? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Nehemiah? Do we trust homegirl? I don't know. I just finished Throne of Glass. Look at all those beautiful tabs. I wanted to mention too, I was just thinking, I was like, just so you know, my tabs are definitely like, I'm not trying to do something official or like intelligent, like whatever. I'm just literally trying to tab the moments that I want to go back and read. Some of the yellow tabs again are the ones that I may need to go back and read just for understanding purposes. but the rest of them are just like ones that I would want to go back and read and be like, oh my gosh, that was so cute, and da 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 da. So that's why I tab. I know a lot of people do it for different reasons, but I am like screaming, dying on the floor because it was just so good. I do have to say though, I don't think it was a 5-star. I did not love the way it ended. Oh, I can't, we're talking spoilers, people. I don't love the, I don't, her and Dorian were cute, and I felt like this when I was reading Assassin's Blade 2, where I was kind of like, oh, something's gonna have to go wrong, because there are this many books. There's no way she's gonna, like, be with the same, like, it's no way it's gonna be fine and dandy, and they're gonna be, like, in love, and then, you know, they're gonna go all, like, 7 books like that, you know, 6 or 7 books like that, you know what I mean? And so, it makes sense that, like, at the end here, kind of, like, ends between them, but I was kind of just like, it should never developed in the first place, in my opinion. Like, if I was writing the book, I wouldn't have, like, let it fully develop, and then you like, leave you on your toes, and then at the end, when you're like, okay, this has to be it, you'd be like, no, because now it's stupid, because it's like, okay, but, like, you knew this the whole time, so either you were gonna die, or you're gonna go back to be a slave, or you were gonna win, and either option, you still could not be with him, so you knew that, so stop playing yourself. So I thought that was silly, but I think I still am gonna go ahead. I don't know if I was gonna give it, if I was one of those raters, I would probably give it a 4.25, because now I'm torn between a 4 and a 4.5, you know. Okay, I think I can give it a 4. I would say it's a 4. I liked Assassin's Blade better. Even though it was sadder. I think there are obviously a lot of good things, a lot of good moments, a lot of good lines and stuff. I just felt like you got a whole bunch of build up. It was like, boom. Like, the ending was kind of like, and you're like, okay. Because you don't really get that many answers, genuinely, and obviously there's a whole series left, so it makes sense, but if I'm taking this book as a singular book, it's a little bit like anticlimactic a little bit. That's okay, you know, again, there's a whole series to kind of make up for that, and normally this is how first books in series go, in my opinion, is that they're always, you know, they're the step stool, you know, not always, I should say, but a lot of the time they're the step stool, so they're not always 5 stars right off the bat. They're usually like 4-star, and then it goes up and up and up. So from Goodreads, it looks like it's going up and up and up. And so I'm glad that that's the case. I'm just excited to see what the heck is going to happen. I think I also have a hard time with, like, I don't know how to feel, because I'm like, I really like Dorian, obviously, but I also really like, I don't know how to say his name, the guard, the captain of the guard, whatever his name is. Is he a captain? I don't know, the head of the guard. I really like him. And then obviously, like, my heart is still crying because of Sam. So it's like a lot of emotions that I'm like, I don't know how I feel in the romance section, but the fantasy section and like but that's true too. I also don't know how to feel about the fantasy aspect, because they're not adding, but there are things in here that, like, you don't expect to be, and you're like, what? I don't know, it just came out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, wait. So now you gotta kind of catch up. Nothing is solidified, nothing is answered. You're still kind of like, how do I feel? And so yeah, I'll give it a 4-star. I'm confident in that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm excited to see what's coming next, but I do feel like after I read Assassin's Blade, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to read what happens next. But after this one, I could wait a few days to buy the next book. Anyway, I know people who finish this series are like screaming at me, probably like, you're so stupid, you know, like when people read ACOTAR for the first time and Tomlin, and it was Tomlin, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, so cute, and then people are like, you're dumb, because Reese was out there. So I don't know if it's gonna be a situation like that. I don't know. All right, I haven't talked forever. I'll see you in a few days.
Wow, sorry, it's honestly probably been like, I don't know, it's been a long time since I filmed that clip the clip right before this one. Okay, it's almost been a month since I filmed that last clip, but like this book was just, to me, like was taking, like it was hard for me to get into right away, but I didn't, and I'm not even halfway yet. I'm 25%. I'm at page 105, chapter 14. I do have some tabs going. Again, nothing super crazy, just some super cute things. I don't know how I feel. I'm like screaming at the camera. I'm sorry. I don't know how I feel because I'm waiting for it to pick up, but I know like crap's gonna hit the fan. And so I'm nervous about that. So I don't know. I'm just like, feel like I'm on edge reading. But I decided to end up getting it. I just decided to get it as an audiobook just because, I don't know, again, it was just slow going, and I wasn't, every time I would sit down and read it, something would distract me. And so I was like, let me listen to it. And then so every chance I get, I'll like, you know, just listen to it, and I feel like I'll get farther that way at least. And so I'm excited about that. It is, again, I'm 100 pages in, which it is like slowly starting to pick up. You're like, wait, what? Like, oh my gosh. But again, you know, like crap's about to go down, so you're like a little bit scared. I keep forgetting, like I don't want to say spoilers because I feel bad, but I literally said that this was full spoiler. But basically right now she just killed, I don't even know, she killed somebody important, I should say. Davis, I don't know who the freak that is. She killed someone who found, she was snooping in his study, and she killed him, and then she kind of went to Kale. And I don't know, the moment was so cute, and it's pissed me off because I'm like, I love Kale, I can't say his name. I love him, but then I also love Dorian, and she's like so mean to Dorian. They had a fight, and I was like, no, please don't fight. Please don't fight. Get back together. I also am a little bit sore. Like, it still hurts every time she mentions Sam, and I'm like, Sam, I love that. I was thinking about that too. I was reading it, and I was like, oh my gosh, remember that time when Dorian bought her a bunch of candy because she was talking about chocolate? And I was like, oh, that was so cute. Like when he bought her mad candy and she was so excited. Like, it was such a good moment. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, have 100 pages till halfway, about like 300 pages to go. So I'm super excited. We'll see. I will keep you guys updated. And yes. Hello. I wanted to update you guys real quick because I got halfway of the Crown of Midnight. I don't know how I freaking feel, and I'm annoyed about it. Because when Selena and Dorian were like, had a thing, I was so sad for Kale, I can't say his name. I was so sad for him because, I don't know, it just made me sad because he kind of liked her too. But like, I'm also gutted now that Selena and Kale are together, and then I'm gutted for Dorian. So like, I'm just torn on all sides, and I hate it. But I do feel like I'm a little bit more sad for Dorian because Selena and Kale are like, they're, I don't want to say really close, but like they're, I think a little bit more, like farther along in their relationship, if you will, than like Dorian and Selena were. And so that makes me so sad for Dorian, especially because he's so like, I don't know, I just love him, and he's so sweet to like, Kale was kind of like, him and Kale, like, I don't know, were saying, like, ran into each other, and he was kind of like, take care of her, and I was like, you're so cute. So, I don't know, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then I was kind of taking a peek-sees at the book after this, and I saw a character I don't think I know yet, so I thought someone had said that there are, like, other characters that get mentioned too, like, who get involved. So, I don't know if Dorian ends up with somebody else, but I really hope he gets his love story. Truthfully, whether it's with Selena or not, I really hope that happens for him because, I don't know, he just deserves it, and it's just so sad. So I don't know and that's the thing too, is like, I don't necessarily want Selena and Kale to break up because I also want Kale to get his, you know, romance too, but also Selena, I obviously want her to be happy, so it's like, I'm torn. And so I know that Sarah J. Maas is probably torn when writing this, I don't know, she's probably having a fun time. And then it also does make me sad too, because like I was saying yesterday, whatever the clip was, that I do really love Sam and I really loved him. And so I do really feel like, you know, Selena went through with that. So I really am glad that she's happy, but I'm also so sad for Dorian, and I'm like, come on. Come on. Whatever. Anyway, I'm on chapter 28, page 219. I have my audiobook going really fast, so I only have, I think, like 3 hours left, something like that, 2.5 maybe, I don't know. Not long left, so I'm going to try to listen to that as quickly as possible. Again, just to get it done. You can see all the tabs in here. The red is Kale, so he has OD, and then the blue is Dorian. And then the other color is like, just like, what's the word? Important information. Rip. My heart. Gutted. Gutted. I don't know if I'm gutted. I don't know what I feel. I don't know what I feel. Y'all didn't tell me the chaos that is the ending of this book. I'm sitting here talking all this stuff halfway, and I didn't even know what was to come. You guys were probably, if you read the series, you probably were like, huh? Because stuff went crazy. So, like I was saying, obviously, I was saying Kale and Selena, like, I don't know how I felt about it. Well, that ended crazily. And you kind of knew, okay, I said the same thing about each couple. I said the same thing about Sam, Dorian, and now Kale. It's too early because these books are so long. You know it's too early because for like a good, for her to find a good relationship, like to get into a good relationship, because there's so many books left, so that it's like, then it's like, what, you just like do all these adventures together? Like, that's no fun. Like, you know that it's gonna still be chaos. And so I kind of should have expected that, because I knew it wasn't gonna be roses and kisses like the whole time. Like, I should have just known that stuff was gonna go down. So stuff went down, like crazy stuff went down. I don't want to go into too much detail, but like, you know, her friend dies, and like, you just feel so, you're like, Selena, but part of me is like, Dorian. So I don't know, like, I don't know, again, I still don't know how I feel, because I do feel bad for Kale and how everything went down, but like, he needed to be 100 with Selena, and he wasn't, and that's on him. And so I feel like Kale is like, feels like he's lost everything, so does Selena, and then so does Dorian. Like, everyone just lost everything, and you're so sad by the end of this book that I'm like, gutted. I'm like, I don't know what to feel. I want to read the next one, but I'm not super like in a rush to read the next one, so I can still wait for like the audiobook, because I don't know, I'm having fun listening to them, and the reading them is a little bit slower to me. So anyway, that's crazy happened. And then no one was gonna tell me that Selena's a fae. No one was gonna tell me. It feels criminal to say that out loud because it's a huge spoiler, but again, we're spoiling this thing. So if you're watching this video and you didn't know, it says it on the title, I know for certain. Anyway, she's a whole fae, and no one was gonna tell me. No, I'm glad I didn't know, because that was a jaw dropper. That was like a plot twist, the house down. And then it's like, not even that she's just a fae. She's literally, hold on, I have it highlighted. She was heir to the throne and rightful queen of Terrasen. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, Terrasen, I think it is. Selena was the lost queen of Terrasen. Not Selena being a queen, I love her so much, and I can see why people love her as, like, she's, like, an iconic female main character, because, honestly, she's incredible. Like, love her. Like, she kicks butt, and I love that. I'm like, you go, Gun Coco. So, I don't know.
that ending really did it for me, and I have to go with 5 stars for this book. I know this is a lot of people's favorite book, and I really enjoy it a lot. I feel like I don't love personally feeling torn between characters. I don't love feeling like, oh my gosh, Kale or Dorian. I don't love that. I know that obviously that was the intention when you write a story like this. You want people to feel like that. I don't like that feeling, and I know, so again, some people like that or like the mystery of it. I'm not that kind of gal, so that was like so I do feel like it can go up still from here, but I did really enjoy this, and I have to give it 5 stars because it was just so good, and that ending was so good. And then I feel like Dorian too, I love his ending too, because the ending of this too, because he kind of just like gets to be there for Selena, and I love that because she was no longer being a jerk to him and pushing him away. So love that. I got a whole bunch of tabs. So like in the beginning you have all her and Kale, and then in the ending it's all like the silver ones and like the light colored ones, because that's like all important information, crazy plot twists, that kind of stuff, and it was funny. And then you have Dorian. This one's Kale, but then you have Dorian back there too, because he had some cute things. I do have to say, final thing, that final line there is giving me pause. It's giving me pause because she says to Kale, it's never made any difference to me when it came to you. I'd still pick you. I'll always pick you. And so I'm like, so you're telling Kale you'll always pick him, so you'll never end up with Dorian? Do I want that in my life? I don't know if I want that. I don't know. So we'll have to see. But then she also says to Dorian, I'll come back for you. So what do we want to happen? I don't know. But I love this cover too. I love this. All my tabs are so beautiful. Now we have the squad here. I love them so much. It's hard to see the colors. Yeah, there you go. The colors of them. So beautiful. So I'm excited. I have Air Fire. Where are you? Right here. So excited. I genuinely don't even know how long it's been because this video is taking forever to film. But also I was waiting for this. This is the only book you can get on the Libby app from the Throne of Glass series. So I really wanted to get it for free. And so it took forever. It literally took me like 2 months to get it. Something crazy. Don't bite my hair. It's time for bed soon. But I started listening to Airfire finally. I don't know, I got in the mood today and I was just like, oh my gosh, yes. And so I got to page 129, actually, chapter 17. And I'm enjoying it, actually. It's interesting. I like that we still obviously get a lot of Selena. So I'm excited. Like, I like that because then I kind of understand. I understand that part. The other ones, I just don't understand too much, but I'm sure we're gonna get more of them. More so being, I think her name is like Manon, something like that. And then Sorsha, something like that. There's one other person that I don't think I got to yet, and if I did, it was very briefly that I don't remember, but I had, after I got like pretty far, like after I got, I think a chapter or two ago, I looked up on Google, I was like, what characters do I need to know, because I wanted to tab them all. So we kind of just, I gave them each a tab. So I have, obviously Selena has a tab, important information, the girl Manon, Rowan, and then Sorska. Which, yeah, I don't know. Again, I didn't know if these were going to be, like, main important characters until I looked it up, and they were, like, these 3 plus one other person. I think they said his name was, like, Aiden or Adrian or something like that. I saw when I looked it up, so when we get to him, I'll probably give him a tab as well, just so I can, like, again, figure it out, because they're not all getting introduced as, like, characters together. They're all doing, like, different things, and so it's becoming a lot to, like, have to remember, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I had to, like, readjust, because I'm like, Selena is wherever she is, trying to basically wants to defeat the king, but needs help from the Fae, and so she's doing all that. She's the queen, the heir, or whatever, the rightful queen, something like that. Like, you know, she's trying to, so she's training right now. She's over there doing that, and then Kale is, oh, that's who it was. Yes, I'm sorry. That's the other boy. His name is like Aiden or something like that. Kale is following that guy, the Aiden guy, who they said it was an important character. I just don't know if he's important because he's a bad guy. And then in that case, I don't really want to mark like any of that stuff really. Or if I don't know if he's important, like he ends up being a good guy, and then him and Kale work together. I really don't know. But we're gonna see, and then again, I'll decide if I want to tab him or not. But he did get mentioned a few times. I just didn't realize that he was that important. Like I thought he was just one of those characters that you're like whatever. But Kale is trying to figure out what's going on with him because he keeps like throwing parties and then not coming to the parties. And so Kale's like, what the heck? Dorian is still trying to do whatever with his magic. He's still trying to control his magic, but the girl, the Sorska girl, Sorska, I don't know, Sorska, she's like in love with Dorian, and I was like, how freaking cute, are you kidding? That is so cute. So I was very excited about that, and so I'm just like all around enjoying everything. And so we'll see. I also still don't know how to feel. I'm like, I don't feel bad for Kale really, I don't anymore. And so I'm like, come on. But I also am happy Dorian, if he gets in, if they end up being a love interest, that would be super fun and fresh. And then if Selena ends up being like, they mentioned mate, so I'm like, I wonder if like Rowan would be your mate or something. I don't know. I would kind of be into that too. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just, a romance girly through and through. So I don't know, I'm a fantasy romance girly, so I love all the action, I love all the like chaos, I love like all of it. Yeah, the fighting, the training, I love that. But I also love when there's a romance, like a love interest. I love that really adds to the story for me. So I don't know, so far I'm loving it. Really quick, I'm just multitasking here. But I'm not halfway yet, but I wanted to say something because, first of all, I don't know why Manon's, I forget how to pronounce it, I think it's Manon. I think, like, her perspective, like, her point of view and everything she's doing, why is it giving me Fourth Wing? It's giving me Fourth Wing vibes, which is interesting because this obviously came before for Fourth Wing. So I don't watch, like, people's, like, I don't know if maybe Rebecca Yarros mentioned that, and I'm the last person to, like, kind of figure that out, but, like, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, this is, like, there were a few, like, things that I was like, huh, that's interesting. My hair's crazy, don't mind it. So I thought that was, like, super interesting. That was one thing. The other thing I just want to say, freaking, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but, like, Kale's annoying me a little bit. And so I'm hoping either, like, he gets better or, like, I don't know, because he's just, like, he's getting me annoyed because he keeps doing stuff for the interest of others, but not asking the other person. So, like, he was saying he's doing whatever he's, as he's working with, Adian, I think was his name, to help basically Dorian. But I'm like, you didn't talk to Dorian about it. And he's like, it's okay if Dorian's mad at me because I'm doing it for him. And I'm like, it's giving, like, I don't know, chaos, because you need to stop. Like, it's not cute. And then the same thing, like, with the whole thing with Selena, like, he sent her away or whatever. He did that because for her best interest, whatever. And I'm like, you need to stop doing stuff for other people when they don't want it. When literally they don't want it. So you need to stop. And so he's just pissing me off a little bit. And so I'm like, okay, stop going to Kale. I don't need him. I don't need him right now. I just need to relax, enjoy Rowan, something like that. Yeah, Rowan. And I keep forgetting that. I guess Selena's kind of young. So she's not young. I think she just turned 18 in these. Like, this is a YA series. So she was like 17, I think, for a while or something like that. Anyway, I keep forgetting that because I'm like, I'm waiting for the tension between her and Rowan, which I don't know if it's going to happen again. This is just me as a reader who has never heard anything about the series, like, kind of speculating. And this is, if the series was new or whatever, I'm sure other people would be feeling the same way. It would be like, but like, so this is my raw and honest opinions. I'm like waiting for,
some tension. And I think there's a little bit of tension. There's not a lot, but there's a little bit, like, not Rowan, like, literally biting her neck. I said, Rowan, now why did you go and do that? And so I'm like, come on, Rowan. But I'm like, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. I love, still Dorian is like up there. One of my favorite characters so far. I still miss Sam. That still makes me so sad. And then I really love Selena. Like, I love her more and more every book. But I'm really liking Rowan. I actually do think Manon's character is kind of cool, but obviously we don't know as of so far. I don't know what is her connection. And then I do like the other girl too, Dorian's girl. Like, I think that's a cute little moment. So I'm like, come on, let's run with it. You know, let's run with it. But anyway, we're just gonna keep going. Again, I told you I'm not halfway yet, so I don't know why this explanation was so long, but I needed to get those off my chest because I didn't want to forget, you know? Okay. Oh my gosh. I freaking just finished Air of Fire! I think I literally read this in like 2 days. It was, honestly, I was listening to it, so fret not, but I think I listened to it in like 2 days. I freaking love this book. And it's funny because I feel like each book I'm like, I love it, I love it, I love it, but then somehow it keeps getting better and better and I still keep loving it and loving it. And I could see how this is it's probably like the highest rated series on Goodreads. Like, these books are so highly rated, like on Goodreads, it's insane. Probably Harry Potter is probably the highest rated book, but these are pretty close because these books are just like so good, and I know a lot of people who like them. It's really hard to, like, you know how there are those books that are like you either love them or you hate them? It's not like that for these. I feel like you either 4-star love them or you 5-star love them. I feel like there's nothing like, you know, I don't feel like people don't like these books, and if you do, I'm sure, no comment, but these books are so good. Anyway, I just freaking finished this. I am in shock. First of all, Dorian can't get a break. My man can't get a break, and I'm annoyed for him, and I feel so bad, and I'm so scared because I was really excited to read the next book, and now I'm really nervous to read the next book because I'm like, oh my gosh, Dorian. I'm gutted. But I'm still actually excited to read that book because this one ended like right, like it really pulled the rug right out from under you, you know, like it was super quick, this ending, and I really loved it. I'm excited to see, like, just going through the characters. Oh my gosh, Rowan. First of all, I love him so much. I love him so much. And they're not cousins, right? Because they never said that, but then I think they kept calling the girl aunt. They both called her aunt or something like that. And so I was like, are they cousins? I don't know. But either way, I'm still shipping them. Okay, not either way. But if they're not cousins, I'm shipping them hard. Because they're so freaking cute and I could cry. Because I love Rowan so much. Rowan's mate died in like the past. But I don't know like what that's gonna mean. Like, does that mean like then like Selena's gonna have a mate and it be someone else, or like if they're just not gonna care about mates and then just be together, or if it's not gonna be them anyway, and if she's gonna go back to Kale. I don't know. He's annoying me still. He's just like a little bit whiny. I just don't like, he's really acting like he's trying to save everybody, and he's trying to save everybody without picking a side, and that's what's bothering me. So I'm like, you're gonna fight for Dorian, you're gonna fight for Selena, you're gonna try to do all this stuff, you're gonna work with Adian, but you're literally gonna like not really pick a side, because he keeps saying like, oh, like, I'm just trying to do what's right, like stuff, like weird stuff, and I'm like, Kale, you're annoying me. And like, I love, Dorian snapped on him, and he said, you can't, like, you either have to take her as she is, or like not, like you can't decide to only like one part of her, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying that because obviously Selena's Fae, and and Kale doesn't like the Fae or whatever it is. But Dorian like told him for real, like, you can't, and that's the same for Dorian, like you can't love Dorian for Dorian and not love his magic too, you know what I mean? And so I love that Dorian said that. And then also Adian, I think I'm pronouncing it right, I don't know, whatever his name is, he also snapped on Kale too, and I'm like, finally, like, this boy needs to wake up because he's living in La La Land and I can't deal with it. So I don't know, and it was so funny because in the beginning, I don't know if you guys remember, I was like team Kale, I was like, come on, but I was like, because I was feeling bad for Kale, but now I'm like, okay, you're a little bit of a sissy boy, and I don't like that. So hopefully, you know, he grows up a little bit, even though he's the oldest character probably in the books besides Rowan. But I think that's why I love Rowan so much, is because he's like, I don't know, he's just like, he's not
I don't know how to explain. He's not a sissy, you know? He's a man. And so I'm like, good, Rowan. Show him how it's done. And so I don't know. And I really like him and Selena's relationship. Even if it's just like friendship, I really like it because they're like yin and yang, like a balance. And I love it so much. And he's just really like sweet to her without like without coddling her, or without trying to protect her, you know what I mean? Like, but they're like together, and they keep saying that together, and I'm like, I love that for you guys together. So I'm really excited about that. Manon, I'm excited to see it, but honestly, it's 100% giving Fourth Wing, and so I'm like, am I the last person to realize this? I think I'm the last person to realize this, but I've never heard anyone say it, but I was like, that's giving Fourth Wing. But obviously these came first, so Fourth Wing was inspired by Manon, because this whole, if you took literally Manon sections out and made a book, it would be Fourth Wing, 100%. Okay, maybe like 60%, but still very similar. But she's really cool. I'm excited to see what's gonna go down. I love her little, her Wyvern, something like that. He's really cute. Like, he seems really cute, and I know she seems spooky scary because I think she got like claws and crazy stuff, but I don't know, I really like her so far. And then my girl, not her getting her head chopped off. I said girl, no. I was so, honestly, I was at work because I was just listening to it, so then I went back to work, but I didn't want to stop it because I was right at the end, and literally Dorian runs into the room and is like, come on, let's go, we gotta go right now. And then freaking someone's like, not so fast, and I'm like, no. I literally screamed. I was like, no. And then chaos happened. So honestly, 10 out of 10. This was like a perfect book. I have not one complaint, literally not one complaint, because as much as I don't like Kale, you kind of need him, because if you loved Kale, it would kind of just cause chaos if you were like, for me, I don't mind that I don't like Kale. Like, it doesn't bother me as far as the book goes, because it feels like it's still his character. It feels very on brand for his character, if you will. Like, we needed that kind of character so that we can have Rowan and love Rowan, because if not, Kale and Rowan would be very similar characters, you know what I mean? But you need the differences here, and so it's working, and I love it, and I'm obsessed. So there's that. We're gonna end this video here because obviously it's super, super long. And then we'll do a part 2 where we read the last 4 books. I'm so freaking excited. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. This tandem read, I'm really scared. So I'm gonna try to bang out Queen of whatever really fast so that I have a lot of time to put the tandem read, but so I can still post this video in a timely manner. 5 bajillion stars. Just gonna go backwards. I also gave Crown of Midnight 5 stars, I believe. Yes, I also gave Crown of Midnight 5 freaking stars. It's actually funny because I definitely like Air of Fire better, but I still remember just really enjoying this story, because, I don't know, you know, I didn't hate Kale in this one, and not that I hate him, you know what I mean, but, I did like a lot about this book, and, I'm not going to change my rating on that. I definitely still give it 5 stars, but I definitely like Airfire better. And so I think that's what's the beauty of this story, is that it can get better and better, but still be amazing. Like, it's not starting from a 2-star and going to a 5-star. No. We're starting at like a 5-star going to a 5-star. Although I did give Throne of Glass a 4-star, I believe. Yeah, I gave Throne of Glass 4-star. There was nothing against this book. I think I'm pretty sure there was just a lot of like repetition, like the same thing over and over, and it wasn't anything like super like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, not the way these 2 books were, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I think it was definitely a great first book, like, in a series to start the series. So I guess it was a 4-star book going to like a 5-star, but again, incredible. If it keeps going up, I will be super, super excited. But I love that. Look at how beautiful. I'm so excited. Look at how stunning. I'm so excited. I love those so far. And then this one we didn't read together, but I will just tell you, I would have been so floored if I was reading this story and Air of Fire ended the way it ended and I had to read this. I would have been so floored. I want to double check because I think that's where they put it. I lied. Either way, no. I lied in that where it is in the order. So it's supposed to be Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, then the Assassin's Blade, then Air of Fire. So it's supposed to go like that, but like either way, I still wouldn't have wanted to, especially how it's the same thing for Crown of Midnight. How Crown of Midnight ends when she's going over there, like to whatever, to La La Land, I'm not gonna freaking, I don't want to stop the story to jump all the way back in time. Like, I don't like split timelines in general from normal books. So for me, I'm so glad that I read The Assassin's Blade first. And I honestly, my friend was asking me how to read it, and I was like, honestly, I would read it first, just because I really liked the way this went, and I wouldn't have wanted to stop where I was to go back in time for those novellas and then come back. Like, come on, be 100% right now. And then too, like, I get to if you read The Assassin's Blade first, you get to appreciate all those little moments that, like, where Selena acknowledges Sam, or like where Selena will say something that Sam said to her, and you kind of, like, you get to appreciate those moments, because if you didn't read Assassin's Blade, you don't know why they're special, so they just kind of turn into nothing. Like, you're like kind of like, okay, but like if you read Assassin's Blade, you can appreciate those moments, and like you're like, oh my gosh, like, yes. I don't know, I miss Sam, and I love it because Sam shaped a lot of who Selena was, in certain ways. So hopefully, I have this like nagging feeling that Sam might like come back and be like a criminal or something, like been like, I don't know, playing her, but I hope that doesn't happen. I'm hoping, I don't know, I hope that doesn't happen, number one. I also, for a second, I was scared Rowan was gonna be evil, but like, I just got a little bit of everyone's evil. I'm always skeptical about these people. I don't know, so we'll see what the heck happens, but I'm so excited. And yes, all right guys, definitely let me know. We can have some conversations down below. Everyone should know that this is a full spoiler reading vlog, so we can have a full spoiler comment section. Yes, we can. So let's have a chat about all these books. Do you love them so far? What's the juicy to you? Obviously, don't spoil the rest of the series, please, for me. But if you have anything to talk about in these first 4 books, definitely let your girl know. I am so excited, and thank you guys so much for encouraging me to read the series, because I didn't want to, but here we are, and I'm obsessed with it, and it's like gonna be a favorite series for sure. I literally genuinely was looking at my like YA series, and I was like, honestly, The Naturals, Caraval, The Naturals, and then Throne of Glass are like top 3 YA series, 100%. We have some other ones that are good, but like these series are like top 3, 100%. For sure, for sure. I don't know, I've been saying that a lot, 100%. I don't know. So, we're just gonna get over it. Alright. I will see you in my next one. Bye, nerds.